Hello YouTube, it is Damien. It's episode 3 of a save that I don't have a name for, and today we have got Malaysia in the World Cup qualifying group. I was about to say in the Champions League. I'm so used to that with mess. Well, that won't be happening anytime soon. We have got Malaysia though in qualifying, and the reason we are bringing you this game here is because it is the crunch game in the group. Obviously, after our shock draw to Bahrain away at Bahrain, against a team that is probably the hardest to play in the group for us. We obviously beat Afghanistan in our first game. We're playing against the Malaysia side that's played Afghanistan and Palestine and won both. At home, I really do expect to beat Malaysia here. And look, I expect to beat Malaysia home and away and hopefully get through the group. Really, we should be top in the group. Really, we should be beating Bahrain at home. Really, we shouldn't lose to Palestine home or away. And yeah, but as you can see, Palestine have won a game against Afghanistan. Everyone beating Afghanistan at the moment. And look, kind of leaves the group quite tight and tense. Saying that, the quality should shine through in this Australian squad. And hopefully we are going to just go in, beat Malaysia and get top of the group. And obviously, some teams are going to be on 4 games before we play 3 games. We've only actually got 1 game in this allotted time slot for the internationals. And next time we'll meet will probably be in a very long time. I'm probably not going to give you the Palestine or Afghanistan game away. I probably should win both of those games. And I'll probably come back for the Bahrain-Malaysia World Cup qualifiers. We'll probably decide, or just the Bahrain one by the looks of that, which will probably decide if we're going to top the group or not. We should be top in the group. We should be doing our job. But you just never know, especially with the Socceroos, because they sometimes can be a bit iffy. Since we last met, nothing much has happened in terms of MacArthur. I've got more guys on trials, as you can see, another one. Anyone that I've kind of trialed, I've kind of shortlisted. And if I think they were good enough, Matt McKay, by the way, should definitely be in that list. Before I forget, Matt McKay. I've been meaning to do this the whole time. Thank God I've done it. I'm actually going to offer him a trial for another 4 weeks again, just to keep him training, because his pace has actually declined just a little bit. But I am going to also add him into the shortlist for at least a year, and we'll just see what he looks like in a year's time. The main reason why I'm not going to show you this Palestine and Afghanistan games as well, because I really need to get to a point in the save where, okay, I can start looking at sort of pre-contracts for people coming in from other A-League clubs, because I've got nothing to kind of judge towards in terms of players. I kind of just am sitting here. So for me, holidaying through to the next international game, then holidaying through to January, and then from January onwards, I start really building. You start really looking for players. Maybe an NPL club's doing really well, a state league club's doing really well, and obviously in the A-League, and start having a real in-depth look. We can start semi-building the team, and hopefully by the time we get to Bahrain, I can start talking about a bit more transfers, and we make these episodes a little bit more than just, oh, here's some international football, here's a lot of me talking about we haven't signed anybody, and your squad's starting to take shape. There's more than 2 players with Tommy Orr coming in. You actually have a team of footballers. And we also have to go in, and if you look at the development centre, we have to also obviously go in and build up some under-19s. Apparently Dominic Rossell's in the... Move to the senior squad, please. And we've obviously got under-19s obviously in as well. We also need to get some staff in for them as well, but we will do that at some stage as well. But enough about MacArthur. We're here about Australia. We're here about topping the group. We're here about getting past Malaysia. And because of that, we have gone full strength. There's only one problem is that Gianu picked up a knock during training for Australia, so he's out. And because even though it was a knock, and I probably would have just risked him, the Australian Federation said, nope, you need to get in a new placement. So I've got in Jamie McLaren. Alassane Traore in real life is actually a breakthrough prospect at Adelaide United that is super quick. He's quicker than this, and has got a lot of potential. So I've decided to be, yet again, another one of these guys I'm thinking, not for the next World Cup, but for 2026 could be quite a player for us for that World Cup. I decided to get Alassane Traore in, and he's definitely someone that at some stage at MacArthur I wouldn't mind bringing in to the squad. Maybe not in year 1, but maybe in year 2, he maybe not getting enough game time at Adelaide, I don't know. This guy needs to play week in, week out in the A-League to develop into the World Cup football I need him to for that 2026 World Cup. So we are going to probably get him off the bench in this game here, especially with Jamie McLaren not being 100% fit. The idea here is that we've gone with Luongo and Aaron Moy because on paper it's our strongest midfield. I've actually dropped Tommy Rodgers for this one as well to bring in Daniel Aronzini because I do prefer him in that role as advanced playmaker and attack. I could actually get him as an attacking on attack as well, just to be a bit more of a presence. Yeah, let's do it. let's just get him to get a bit more into the box from later doors. I don't want to play him as a shadow striker, but because I don't think he's natural at that. But I think as an advanced playmaker, attacking. Maybe no, maybe we won't. I don't know. It's tempting. Maybe Tommy Rogers is probably better at that. I prefer playing with the advanced playmaker and attack someone that's going to drive from deep and run at people from deep, but we'll go with that anyway. So we're going to go into that one there as well. And we're going to go, Josh Riston's apparently not fully fit. He'll be fine. He's not, is he? Oh. I've also just dropped Reece Grant because he had a bit of an injury knock. He wasn't happy that I dropped him too. So we'll get Besic out there as well. So a little bit makeshift. In terms of up front, a little bit makeshift at right back, but we should still be okay. This episode is going to be a lot shorter than episode 2 as well, which I know some people will be happy about and some people won't. So, YouTube, in the comment section below, you prefer a longer episode? Do you prefer me playing 2 games, even 3 games, half an hour videos, or do you prefer me short, sharp, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, bang, that's the episode done? You guys let me know. As well, like, subscribe, do your usual thing. The channel's been really growing a lot. This Twitch has been amazing down below as well. But, the YouTube, we can definitely do a little bit more with. They're lining up 4-4-2. I would imagine they're going to play very much on the break. Typical how Malaysia usually play in real life. Sit back, not really do too much, and hopefully get a set piece or two to score. In terms of for us, I just want to see what we did against Afghanistan. And to be honest, if we did the job that we did against Bahrain, but we were a bit more clinical and obviously a bit better in defensive situations, we should win this game quite easy as well. So, very early highlight here, and it's a throw-in deep, and Besic is on it. Not on his preferred side, but definitely on a side that I can trust him to do a roll. Jay McLaren's quite quick, and he should be able to break lines. He's in here, but not much help with him. Puts his foot on it, looks to cut it. Wasn't the best cutback, but Trent Sainsbury, who obviously didn't play last episode out because he was injured, is back at the back and definitely going to be a very important player for the 2022 World Cup, but probably even still be around for the 2026 World Cup. Besic comes inside onto that left foot. Could play him as an inverted wing back, but I don't really use him in this system. Luongo now has got numbers in the box, cuts it. Jamie McLaren scores, and Massimo Luongo with a great little one from that box-to-box midfielder role, and it is 1-0 Australia inside 5 minutes, and kind of calms the nerves that we had against Bahrain. We've broken the deadlock early. We're at home. We haven't conceded to a set piece. It's not going to be one of these nervy games. They have to come out and attack us now, and hopefully that means we're just going to put our foot to the metal, and go and win this game nice and easy. Jamie McLaren, by the way, great little finish that. Just side foots it into the bottom bin. And the start to the game has been really good. It's a goal kick to Matt Ryan. And with that in mind, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. For once, that's not a stress drink. For once, that's a drink of, we're in control, I can relax. Whenever I'd have a sip of coffee, it usually is to stress drink about something. Anyway, BH now with the ball. Can cut it in. He does, but wasn't the best ball. And it's been punted up and found their only number 9 there. And now they build up and now they've got numbers running through the middle. Bacter's got numbers with him and he's beaten a couple. But Daniel Aronzini coming back from 10 gets the ball. And it's put into McLaren, who's got speed. He's got the keeper to beat. And he does beat him. Aaron Moy with a great ball into the space as well to exploit Jamie McLaren's speed. And it is 2-0 Australia. Daniel Aronzini deserves a pat on the back, though. He came back from deep. He won it. Yedinak gave it straight to Aaron Moy. And as McLaren made the run, Moy knew exactly where he was going to put the ball. And it is 2-0 as he slots it under the diving goalkeeper. Really happy with that. Inside 10 minutes, 2-0 up against a Malaysian side that's played 2-1-2 in the group. So this is really nice for us at the moment to be in this position. It's a free kick in our territory, but basically halfway. And it's going to be Malaysia yet again. Let me know if you're liking the 2D as well, YouTube, as we win the ball as well. Luongo finds Jamie McLaren, who's on track for a hat-trick. Jamie McLaren for a hat-trick. It would have been a 15-minute hat-trick. Unfortunately for us, it's not. But Jamie McLaren at the moment is currently playing himself into, I should be number 1 for Australia at the moment. Aaron Moy with the ball back stick. Cleared away by Abdul Ramin. And away we go. We're continuing on, and hopefully this highlight will just peter out and it'll still be a 2-0. It looks like it will as Luongo comes across. Maybe has a point to prove, does Massimo, that he was dropped as vice-captain, scored an important goal against Bahrain, and obviously has an assist already. Speaking of Bahrain, they are 1-0 up and go on 7 points with ourselves in the group and would relegate Malaysia to 3rd on 6, which makes things very interesting in the group. Anyway, Daniel Aronzini on the ball, inside the Massimo Luongo, who can maybe go from distance. He does, but straight at the keeper. Still 2-0 up. Only 15 minutes played. We are on key highlights, of course, and we're just going to continue on to another highlight. Daniel Aronzini turns around, puts his foot on it. Inside to Aaron Moy, chips it straight into Brad Smith, who hasn't been playing well for Cardiff, but has been playing really well for Australia, and gets himself an assist, And Jamie McLaren inside 20 minutes has a hat-trick against Malaysia, and it is 3-0. It's important to note we are playing Malaysia, right? But on form, they've won 2 from 2. They were top of the group going into this. So McLaren to get a hat-trick inside 20 minutes, I'll remember that. And as long as he's in some decent league form, he'll probably start the next time we play an international game, which won't be on a YouTube episode, but for me, when we play against Palestine. And now BH with the ball. Palestine are losing 2-0 now to Bahrain. As Lecky comes inside. Hasn't really been playing on his loan move, which I don't understand as Luongo fires over. And look, we are playing sensational out there. If you look at those stats, even though we are playing Malaysia, 91% passes completed, 60% of the ball basically. 3 cut chances inside 20 minutes at an average rating of 7.18. It is pretty handy out there at the moment for these Aussie boys. And hopefully we can just continue. This is not bad. It's a team that on paper is probably one of our strongest. So I'm really happy that we've gone out there and just put the foot to the gas and really shown Malaysia the door here, early doors here in the Docklands of, the Docklands usually, I don't know where it is on the game, but the Docklands to me would mean it's in Perth. It'd be very interesting for us to play a World Cup qualifier in Perth, I think. But there you go. Anyway, 30 minutes played. It is 3-0. There's no disrespect to anyone that lives in Perth. You guys had the Hopman Cup for years. Love that competition in terms of tennis. And I would imagine that you guys can host football too. Just would imagine that these sort of games where it's first versus third in the league setup here in the qualifying would be played in Melbourne or Sydney. Anyway, Luongo with it. Into Aaron Moy. Aaron Moy now could maybe go for goal. Doesn't. Puts his foot on it. Luongo beats his man. He might go for goal. He does, but it's well over. And look, it is still 3-0. And we continue on. Jamie McLaren with a hat-trick. He wasn't 100% fit for this. I might get him off at half-time and get Alassane Traore for 45 minutes on his debut here for Australia as well. Aaron Moy now. Pops the ball in. It's hit the bar. I think Abdul Razak's tipped it onto the bar as well. And it is still going to be 3-0 before we head into half-time. Long ball forward. BH does win it. He does. And it's going to be BH out on this right-hand side. Into Luongo now. Finds Aaron Moy. Into Aranzini. We zip it around so nicely. Daniel with a run. Matthew Leckie now. Would have liked to see Daniel shoot then. He was kind of like, he was inside, goal in front of him. Really should have done it. In the end, Trent Sainsbury's made a mistake. Nor Matt Ryan makes a great save. The Australian captain coming in big to keep his clean sheet. And in the end, it was a poor from the Edinburgh to let it bounce and poor from Sainsbury to lose it. But luckily for us, it's still going to be 3-0. It's half-time, and I'm really happy with that. Well, it's not half-time, so let's find out. That was a clear-cut chance for Malaysia as well, as Noor picks the ball up and finds Insa, who finds it out wide to Bakhtiar. And a goal for Malaysia makes things interesting going into half-time. Ideally, I would like this to be us winning the ball and us getting on the break, and it might be still, as Daniel picks it up deep, and he knows how to run at people. And Daniel Aranzini of Man City keeps going and driving, and he's running, he's gone for goal, and it's pretty poor. I was hoping it was going to be one of those wonder strikes. It wasn't. It's 3-0. It's half-time. We've dominated the game for 60% of the ball. And I'm really happy with that, boys. We're going to go into the tactic screen. And his name is Alassane Traore. And he's going up top for Jamie McLaren. More as a poacher. I'm going to play him there as a poacher. Get up there, do the business, my man. And away we go. Just put him in his natural role in his debut. Hopefully he gets himself a goal. If there's a penalty, I'll probably let him have it. Aaron Moy back stick. Beach takes it under control. He's won the ball back here. Luongo now can maybe shoot. Daniel goes for goal, and it's an absolute finish. And in the end, it's 4-0. Daniel gets his goal, and Massimo Luongo laid it off to him nicely, and I'm really happy with that. BH picks it up, wins it back nicely in the box. Luongo knows he can't turn, just lays it back. First time on a platter, into the apex and in. It's a sensational strike. Malaysia's goalkeeper, De Gea, England's goalkeeper, whoever it is in the World Cup, maybe down the future. No one's saving that. So that's a sensational strike, and it kind of puts this game beyond doubt. With that in mind as well, 60 minutes played, I am going to get in Herstich, who can play in the role really well here. Young kid, when I mean young kid, he's 23, playing for FC Goran. He's averaging a 7, hence why he made the squad as well, picking that one there on a little bit of youth, not youth, but thing. Experience, and we are going to get in Daniel De Silva, who's played only once for Central Coast, but has been playing well in the younger forms for Australia. I'm going to get him in for Ayo Mobile, who hasn't had his best of game, But Ayo can go out there. Matthew Leckie can get a bit more match fit for his home club to get him playing as well, hopefully. And yeah, it's a triple change. It's 4-0, and it's about to become 5. It looks like it's going to be a pen. Please ask me to see who's taking the penalty. Why hasn't it? Matthew Leckie is. Give it to Alessandro, man. He's on his debut. Give him a goal. Give the striker some confidence. It's not. It's Matthew Leckie to step up. And Leckie will make it 5. It's a great penalty. We deserve this. We have been dominant. And this is what we did against Afghanistan. And this is not what we did against Bahrain. Scored early, made chances count. Against Bahrain, we played this well, but we didn't score. We didn't make chances count. Bahrain, full credit, defended really well, sat deep, hit us on the break, got some set pieces, and scored goals. So, look, I'm happy that we're winning. I'm happy that we're 5-0 up. I'm just not happy that Leckie had the penalty where could have given it to one of the young kids. Aaron Moy, Matthew Leckie now, chips into Hurstich, who's out there for his second cap. Out to Brad Smith, who might go for goal if he wants to be selfish. Goes on a bit of a run, goes for goal. Saved. Hurstich is there, though. And Hurstich will get his first goal for Australia. And it is 6-0. And we've just putting Malaysia, who were top of the group, to the sword. I don't know what the league sorting rules are, but our goal difference is superb. And we are 6-0 to the good. It's a great save from their keeper, has to be fair. Brad Smith kind of did the right thing in the end. He beat a couple of men and had an effort that he could have gone for goal and forced a great save out of the keeper. Time's ticking away here. It's 17 minutes played. And it is going to probably be all she wrote here. I don't think there's going to be a highlight late doors. There isn't. In the end, it's full time. It's Australia 6, Malaysia 0 here at the Docklands. And I'm really happy with that. It's a great win, boys. Well done. And that is absolutely superb. So in terms of the group here, by the way, can I see where the Docklands were? The Docklands Stadium currently is teams that they know, competitions. Melbourne Victory have played games there. That makes no sense to me because the Docklands would describe like for where Fremantle is in the Fremantle Dockers, but maybe it's somewhere else. Anyway, 6 of the best for Australia. I'm really happy with that. Obviously, Federici reserved after win, Australia on course. Obviously, McKay is going to come in on trial again. You guys don't need to see that. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. In terms of the group, we currently sit top on good goal difference. I'm just going to go to the rules here. In terms of league sorting, it's goal difference, goals scored, and results between teams third. Top gets into the final stage of qualifying as well. And the final stage go to the World Cup, and third go into a playoff. So for us, it would surely get through the group into the final stage as well. The best 4 teams who finish second also go into the final stage as well. And then there's 2 groups, I think, of qualifying left in the final stage of the World Cup. The top 2 from each team go in, and third from each one play off to then go against each other to then play off against, I think it's South America. The best place playoff finisher in South America as well, for them then a spot in the World Cup. So that's how Australia played Uruguay all those years ago and got to the World Cup in 2006. And yeah, it is what it is. I'm pretty happy with that. It's a pretty good episode. Pretty happy too. It's inside 20 minutes as well, so a bit of a shorter one for those people that love the shorter ones too. Next time I see you guys, we'll have played Palestine, Afghanistan. It will probably be Bahrain on the 26th of the 3rd in terms of the game, but a lot of time will fly between October and, of course, then. We're going to have to get to January. I'm going to have to start thinking seriously about what players we need to bring in at the club, and, of course, we can start maybe scouting some frees around Australia and around the NPL and the State League. And maybe next time you see us, we got a little bit of transfer drama. From Damo and everybody here at Australia, it's another good little episode. Links down below, like, subscribe, and I swear next time we see an episode, I will have a save name for this save. Catch you next time. Thank you and goodbye.